Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Chris and I run a 3D printing business out of my basement. And it's been a minute because I have been hustling to get some stuff done, some projects you may see in the background, and we have lots of updates to share. So stick around. We'll talk about what's new in the shop, give a little tour, and talk about some business updates and things I'm working on currently. Let's get going. Before we dive in, I just want to say thank you to all my supporters here on YouTube and all of you over at Patreon. I really appreciate the support. I'm just trying to give a pretty open, transparent look into what it looks like to start and grow a business like this. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want more content like this. It does help kind of get pushed in the algorithm a little bit, but beyond that, that's the boring administrative stuff. Let's get on to what you actually came to talk about. I mean, what you actually came to see. What am I doing? We'll start off the shop tour in the place that everything started. For those of you who've been here for a while, this place looks very familiar. It is my 75 square foot workshop, and I will tell you, at the moment, it is a complete disaster. This has been kind of in the works and neglected, but it's still where I do all of my office work on the computer. Pretty much everything for production-wise has moved out into their shop space, which I'll get to, but there's a couple things of note. Number one is I have two printers down here. I've got a P2S, which I've had for a while, and now, just recently, I've actually picked up an X2D because I want to test out some engineering-grade filaments on that as well, and I haven't even done a test print on it yet. I set it up, but I'll get to it this weekend probably. Photo booth, that's also in the works or set up in a permanent spot so I can now do product photography and, I don't know, some video stuff in there. Cool. Other little thing is now I've got my filament wall here, which is for kind of all the easy go-to stuff. And outside of this extension cord, which I'm using for the lights as a test at the moment, I got this little rolly cart. And this guy has been super helpful because I will load this up with filament and then we'll take it out to the other part of the shop. Moving out of my shop into the other space, you may notice one change right away, and it is that we got a fourth bench from Harbor Freight. I really wish they would actually maybe sponsor some people, but I feel that they get enough people talking about their products that they don't see the purpose. But now I have about for 16 feet of workbench, which is amazing. I've got my area over here, which is kind of admin stuff. That might change a little bit because I'd rather have the desk space. This is my dedicated assembly station. This is kind of a flex staging spot. And then over there is going to be order packing. Up top, I've also added shelving with these brackets, which I did a short on if you're curious. They work great. They're mounted to the ceiling, and then I just dropped some boards that you can get at, I don't know, like Lowe's and Home Depot in there, and I painted the bottoms white just to make it look nice. One of the more exciting areas of the shop is actually the new printer wall, and I've been putting some stuff out short-wise that maybe you can see this, and I'll drop some footage in here with me doing a little build laps. I actually did a lot of this with my daughter, who's a wee little gal, and because of that, I was having good dad-daughter time, so I didn't record much of my progress here. And it's been a rush, though, because this type of transition with the shop means that it's actually down. I can't print things when I'm doing this work, not because the dust or anything. That's not a problem. It was because I needed to move everything over and get it all set up. So this was pretty tricky. A couple of things that I had to do was first disassemble the entire racking that was here, which was really kind of like hodgepodge. I just did it in like a day, and it wasn't that big of a deal at the time, but I realized it needed a much more thought out solution that's specifically made for the P-series printers. I ran two new electrical circuits, both 15 amp, one for the top shelf and one for the bottom shelf. That gives me plenty of power to run maybe up to like 6 P1S printers without having any issue. And then I had to put all my lighting in and stuff like that. You can see that I've got all my A1 minis down here. What I realized is once I moved everything to their home they're supposed to go to, I actually have way more stuff printer-wise than I remember. But honestly, other than running TPU on my A1 minis, I don't have much of a use for them, but I also don't want to get rid of them. I fully own them, and they're great little machines. So maybe one day when I finally build a garage and move some of my stuff out there, I'll have space to run the A1 minis again, but I might move those up into the attic. For context, back there is my original shop space where everything started. And now this is the newest and biggest development in the shop. I just installed this, and I had to actually work and change this. If you watch my other videos, I had 4 P1S printers here and the shelves were different height. I had to drop this shelf down and move this one up a little bit. And now I can like literally perfectly fit 2 or 4 H2D printers one, on top of each other. And I did a similar electrical setup here, but instead of 15 amp, I'm running 20 amp. I have this little thing down here, which I'll show you. It allows you to plug in a couple different devices, and you can measure power draw and other stuff. So that was pretty cool because the H2D printers on normal power suck up like close to 15 or 1600 watts during startup. What's nice though, is you can actually go into the settings. Thank you to someone in my comments here, and you can enable low power mode. And honestly, that has been a lifesaver. Doesn't seem like much, but it actually brings the power draw at the beginning of a print from about 1600 down to less than 1,000. The way I try to think about my shop is kind of in a big circle pattern. So when I'm designing this stuff, I go from my office space back there over to the main production hub, I guess you could say, in this side of the shop, which then moves to staging, assembly, order queue on the top, more staging for packing, and then up the stairs and out to the post office. This circular pattern makes it easy for me to kind of like, in my brain, keep track of things and where they're at and what I am doing. And overall, it's kind of aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, that's definitely a nice change in the bigger space. Now, the better question is, what on earth could justify that? Well, the business is growing. So I've been taking on some new partnerships, and one of them is going to involve doing about a month's worth of printing on nylon, using all 4. So I have quite a lot of production ahead of me, and I also have some other partnerships in the works that will kind of demand a more well set up and thought out space with capacity. In the next few months, hopefully, I will be buying 3 more bamboo P1Ss to kind of fill out that final spot, and we should be in a really good position moving into kind of the end of summer and going into Christmas season when everything inevitably starts to ramp back up. If you're looking for somebody to help manufacture your products, maybe you have a 3D printer and don't have capacity, or you don't have a 3D printer at all, please reach out to me. I am more than happy and open to doing quotes and partnership opportunities with people. For some people, I do fulfillment as well. So it's just all kind of what's needed. But you can find my email in the channel bio or on my website in the contact form. This is a very rare weekend because I am alone. I am off to my own devices. And pretty much what that means is cleaning, more cleaning, and working. So I'm trying to get caught up to get a bunch of stuff done while my family is away. And so far, it's been so good. But some of that involves what I'm doing right now. I have some orders that need to get out the door and parts to be pulled. This guy has been really helpful in helping move stuff around in my basement. Ironically, you might look at this basement and go, it's like a 25-foot square. Why do you need a cart? Well, when you have a lot of stuff to unload and move around, between every single one of these build plates, I would be having to walk over to my order staging location to put these things on the queue. And now I can kind of do all the work that's necessary right here before leaving. And that saves me a lot of time. Also, filament changes, something that you take for granted. There's a lot of filament to change over and things to recycle and manage. Now I kind of have a little mobile cart for all of that. Recycling, moving filament, a little bit of trash on the bottom. And I've really, really enjoyed this. Something I still have to do is actually build out the bottom piece of this cart with all of my repair stuff for the bamboo printers. Something I've been really thinking about a lot lately is that book that I talked about on 2 videos ago called The Dip by Seth Godin. And on top of not only trying to identify the areas of my business that are worth fighting through, so-called the dip, I'm really also trying to understand what I can automate in my business and reduce my time on, because with a one-man operation, you're really restricted by how much you can get done in 24 hours. And some of the things that I've been working on is, number one, this space alone has helped by having all these small processes But the second one is actually using AI a bit to help out with more of the administrative tasks. So I have been using Claude a lot to kind of help set me up throughout the day or do some small tasks that I would normally do, like buying shipping labels and stuff. So that way I can spend my time pulling parts, doing assembly work, and it can do all the administrative stuff. I've actually found really good success with the help on the printing the shipping labels, and that is as far as to go. I don't let it actually buy this stuff, but I have it help me queue it all up so that way I can do a spot check and then purchase the labels myself. I just have like so many things going on, but this came in the mail today, a Mac Mini, which I ordered, and I'm not going to talk too much about it today, but that is actually going to be a 100% dedicated personal assistant using AI. And I'll be setting that up in the next like month or so. If you're curious, it's not exactly a 3D or an AI channel or anything, but if you would like me to talk about that type of thing in a different separate video, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't know if the audience crossover is there, but I think it is very valuable as a business owner to understand some of those things. The last thing I'm working on is actually a filament dryer solution. So with running Nylon, you have to make sure that this stuff is super, super dry. And the challenge for me is not only does it have to be dry when you start the print, but it needs to be dry during the print. So this right here is one of those same dryer boxes. And with H2Ds, you have to run it in the side like this. I'm kind of testing this out as a start because the nylon is so expensive that I'm taking every precaution to make sure that it's done correctly. So that way I don't have to reprint or there are no print errors. And then once I figure out that solution for one of the printers, I have to then repeat that and buy enough solutions for all 4 of the H2 series. But after that's all done, theoretically, I should have a full engineering setup for any other type of work that comes through too, where they need nylon or other types of engineering filaments. I hope you guys liked the video today. Just a little bit of a shop tour and give you an update on where things are at. And man, they are going great. Things are going really good. It's now just a matter of executing. And honestly, that's always where the rubber meets the road. So I have been head down just trying to make sure that everything is, quote, perfect. But honestly, nothing's ever perfect. I'm sure I'll be making changes along the way. But again, if you have questions about my business, kind of what I am doing, what I'm up to, feel free to drop those in the comments below. Really appreciate it. If you are part of the community already and would like to help answer some of those questions, that would be very greatly appreciated. It is hard to always get down in the comments and answer everything, as you maybe have seen in previous videos. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. This has been a good one. And yeah, I've got some cool stuff lined up. A lot of shorts coming out, and then also some other videos. Be sure to join the live stream this coming Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I'll check you guys out later. Thanks again. I appreciate you. See you.